Good afternoon, scrapbookers. This is Barbara from Scrapbooking with Barbara, and I'm going to do this sort of on the fly. Welcome spring, welcome Easter, welcome bunnies. Little sort of a classic cutout that has sort of resurfaced recently, but this little bunny that we're going to do today has been around for years, and its most recent permutation was released on the CM blog back in March of 2018, March 30th of 2018. So if you are interested in getting the printout, you can just go to the Creative Memories blog. It's creativememoriesblog.com, and you can search for this. It was pretty easy to pick up. But it's just adorable, and there's something about a little stitched animal that I think is just so cute, and I wanted to show you how to do it. It's pretty quick. You can use this little bunny to grace one of your layouts for the spring or for Easter, or you can turn it into a card. It does make a pretty good sized bunny, so you know, take a look and see what you get, and then you can decide what you want to do with it. So anyway, this particular bunny is going to use cutouts using our custom cutting system, and it's going to give me a chance to demonstrate using that system. I think I've done it in the past, but it's always good to do it again because we have new people. Welcome, new people, joining the YouTube channel all the time. So let's just go get started. So the custom cutting system that we're going to use today, we're going to be looking at our ovals. And when you buy the custom cutting system, it's really 3 parts. It's a 13-inch resealable, rehealable mat. Then you're going to get 1 set of templates, or 2 or 3, however many you want. The ovals are probably one of the most classic and most popular shapes because we tend to take our pictures as ovals, so that if you wanted to crop a photo, ovals tend to be just the template you'll reach for a lot. We also have circles, we have rectangles, there's a gemstone cutting template system. So you choose whatever templates you think you'd like to add to your collection. And the third part of the custom cutting system are these blades. The blades, normally they don't have their blades sticking out like that. You have a safety housing that lets you make sure you don't slice your fingers open. But I am lazy, and I always just leave them out like this. And honestly, I've never cut myself on them. I'm just careful. So these blades let you cut on either the outside or the inside of any template set that you choose to use. And each of these blades cuts a different distance away from the edge, so that really gives you quite a few sizes to enjoy and to use on your layouts and card making. Today we are going to only use 2 of the templates, so I'm going to take the largest and the smallest. I'm going to remove those from the work area, and we're also not going to be using the blue blade, so I'm going to put that back in its little house. We're going to be focusing in on the 2 middle sizes and the green and the red blade. So I've done some of the cutting ahead of time to kind of make this video a little bit less than 30 minutes. Every time I try to make them short, they seem to run 30 minutes. But the first thing you want to do is you're going to take the largest oval and you're going to cut, and we're going to just move those for a little bit. You're going to cut the legs and ears of your bunny using the second largest oval in the inside edge using the green blade. And you're going to do that 4 times so that you're going to get 4 ovals. And I'm cutting the bunny's body in white so that everything shows up. I kind of like, thinking of a little white bunny, but if you wanted to make a brown bunny or a black bunny or a, purple bunny, the sky's the limit for the color of bunny that you want to make. So once you do that and you've got that taken care of, you're going to use that same I better keep these all organized or else I'll forget what's what. You're going to use the same second to the largest oval, and you're going to cut the body and head, and you're going to be using this time the red blade with the inside edge. So that's going to give you a slightly larger, you can see it's a little bit larger than the first ones that we cut. Okay, so that's the green, and then we have the body and the head, which is going to be there. Now we're going to switch templates. We're going to use the second from the smallest template, and we're going to cut the arms. Let me move that. So this is the second smallest oval. We're going to use the inside edge, and we're going to use the red blade. And here we have our two. These are for the little bunny arms. And then I did save one to do to give you a little demo about using the custom cutting system from sort of start to finish. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the inside of the ears and the little pads for the feet using the second smallest oval, the same one we did for the arms, and again using the red blade. So when you are cutting using the custom cutting system, one thing to just be really careful before you start to cut is, as you'll see, there's two little feet, and these feet are what run around the track. The template has a track, a groove, and I used to teach this talking about sort of like a little train track, and here's the little wheels of the train, and this is the train track, and you have to have them engaged so that this is going to move around nice and smoothly. If you only get one of those legs in the groove, you are going to tear your photo mounting paper or your photos. That has happened to me many times, so you just have to take that extra bit of caution and care and make sure that both of the feet are in whichever groove you're cutting in. And so for this particular one, we're going to cut 4 inside shapes using this template, the inside of the template, with the red blade. So we're going to get our little feet engaged, and then these are wonderful blades. Our old blades didn't used to circle around. We had to sort of move our hand to get it to go all the way around. But now we just go right around, and I like to kind of go twice just to make sure all of the paper has disengaged itself. So there's our first one. I'm going to do a second one. I'm going to do a third one. And I'm going to do one more. I think I can squeeze that in right there. Make sure that, see, I almost did it without engaging both of the feet. After I warned you about that. And there's the last one. So we have our 4 pink ovals cut from ours, like pink shimmer paper. All right, so now we can put aside the custom cutting system, and we're gonna be ready to put our bunny together. I am going to have to watch these directions to make sure that I don't put the arms on where the feet are supposed to go, or vice versa. So I'm going to use repositional tape runner because that's going to make it easy for me to play around with the way everything's attached. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put the head and the body together, kind of like that. So we're going to put a little bit of repositional right on here. And according to that, we sort of have the head kind of far down like that. That looks kind of funny, but that's the way it says to do it. Then we're going to take the inside of our ears, and we can actually put that aside. The inside of our leg, well, actually the foot pads of the legs and the inside of the ears. And we're going to put those down. And they're sort of like not in the center. They're situated a little further down on the white oval. I actually think they kind of look like hard-boiled eggs. If this was, if these were yellow. So there you go. If you make hard-boiled or deviled eggs for any of your springtime celebrations, you can do a whole layout making hard-boiled eggs. There you go. So this is going to give us our feet, which will kind of go like that, and our bunny ears, which are going to go, come on. I'm just positioning it all so I know where I'm going to be using my adhesive. It's a little bit of an overlap. And then your arms are going to go in like so. All right, so I'm going to start with the feet. And they actually have it so that they're going up a little bit onto the face, which is interesting. Except I want them a little bit away from each other. So this is where the repositional tape runner really works out nicely, because you can play around with it until you get them, whoops, until you get it just so. I put that on sort of the wrong area. Come here. Here we go. And then we're going to do our ears. And the other thing that's nice about the repositional tape runner is that if you have any that is showing, you can just sort of rub it off and it's fine. Okay, there we go for those. Now we're going to do their little arms. Have them kind of down here. So rub that right off so that actually put them like even further down like that. Okay. So make sure it's all pretty well adhered. You can see that I use some of the scrap from the product insert of some of my designer paper packs. I'm always telling you to don't throw those product inserts away. You can use them for mats and making bunnies and all kinds of things. So that's our basic shape for our bunny. Now if you want to give the bunny eyes, you can certainly do all of this with one of your SCM markers. I happen to have some leftover, so I'm going to use these little gems to give the bunny little eyes. Look at that. Is that too close together? This is the part that I'm probably not that good at. Little eyes, eat, eat. And then for the nose, I actually used, this is the Heart Chain Border Maker cartridge. With our Border Maker cartridges, you can actually use these as punches. And if it's not, this isn't a chain one, I'm sorry, this is actually one that you have to cut after you've punched it on your paper. But I'm using one of the little leftover hearts from that as the bunny's nose. But, you know, you can, I'm sure you have other heart-shaped either punches or, you know, Border Maker cartridges that you can use. So the way this little bunny is in the blog, if you take a look at the picture, they've done stitch marks. So I'm going to go along just with my pen, and this was a very popular technique back in the day. Everything was sort of homespun and, you know, kind of a homemade look. So these stitch marks were a way to convey that as an embellishment. I'm sure there's careful ways to do this, but I'm just freehanding it today. And so it looks like a little stitched Easter bunny. And again, you know, we're our own worst critics. So if you don't make exactly even stitch marks, the scrapbooking police are not going to come and arrest you. It's probably a good way to meditate, is to do these little stitching. And so they have this cute little, oh look, he's smiling. Definitely the meditative part of making a scrapbooking embellishment. Some of you who were part of the Creative Memories family back in the day, advisors had all kinds of critters that you could use the custom cutting system to cut out. And it was so fun to do like zoo layouts and, you know, cut some of these to use as animals. I'm always totally impressed with the creativity of my fellow advisors. I'm a really good copier. I can follow directions and I can use ideas as sort of my springboard to create different things, but I'm not the best innovator. So I'm always grateful to the incredibly creative minds that can come up with fantastic ideas like this. So there's our little springtime bunny. I think he's adorable, and I definitely will use him on some kind of Easter layout that I'm going to be doing to commemorate our celebration. So I hope you found this to be kind of a fun and idea to use for the springtime. And if you do come up with your own bunny, please feel free to post it in the comments so we all can ooh and ah over it. I look forward to doing another video soon for you. I know I missed our project recipe for March, so I'm going to try to do one in the next week or so for you to enjoy. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for subscribing, and I hope you have a great weekend. Take good care.